welcome back to our channel, Way Out Here. Today we have our son with us, well, with me, and we are going to meet our ducks and show you guys where we keep them. You can hear them in the background. We have 6 in our flock, and we have 4 females, 2 males, and we get 3 to 4 duck eggs a day. And this little guy's job every morning is to go check our duck eggs for us. So we're going to take you through, give you a tour. So these are our ducks. As you can see, they're coming straight to me. They're pretty friendly. The 2 males are the ones with the curly back tail feathers. So we've got 2 cayugas, a mallard pekin mix, a standard white pekin. We have a khaki Campbell, she's the brown one, and then the gray one there is a blue Swedish. You can see the 2 males there toward the middle. And our son is feeding them some mealworms, and you can just get those at Tractor Supply. They're kind of pricey, but the ducks really seem to like them, and we're getting a lot of eggs, so I think it might work to keep them happy. So we've got, all of these ducks are named, and we do not intend to ever use them as meat. These are strictly for laying and kids' pets. But they have been providing us with a decent amount of eggs, so we're just going to keep it that way. So happy ducks produce a lot of eggs, it seems like.
And also, you can see the lucky duck flock side.
Yep. This is their pen. Over there is their pool. So my husband dug a underground filter where we can drain it, and it doesn't get all nasty in the wintertime. They have their little ramp, you can see, built out of the rocks so they can get in there. It's really dirty and gross. We're going to clean that out. We're going to dump the water and refill it. And then over there, Lucky Duck Flock, the kids painted a sign for them. But you can see here, we have a door where the ducks go in and out. And that is where they get let out every morning with an automatic battery-powered door opener so that we don't have to come let them out.
Yeah. It's really fun, too.
So they're covered space here to prevent snow, because you can see over here how much snow we get. This is April 8th, and we still have this much. So this covered area will keep them from getting snowed on and give them a space to kind of roam around. It does freeze over a little bit, but as you can see, they're pretty happy. Pretty tolerable with the kids.
Moose.
This is Moose. He's our male cayuga. He's a very pretty boy.
Yeah. And he also is really funny.
Yep, you can see over there we have our female cayuga. Her name is Goose, and she's actually getting into their pool right now, even though it's dirty. Ducks don't really care about it being dirty. They just like having standing water. They aren't swimming very much today, which is kind of strange because it's a nice day.
Yeah, it's a really nice day for them.
Yeah, as you can see, they're pretty happy guys. And
you see this stuff wiggles right there? She's kind of like a mallardish.
Yeah, he's a boy. That's a boy.
It's a boy. And see, Goose is right in the pool.
Yep, and we've got a duck in the pool now, so you can see.
And looks like our duck Wiggles is about to go up the ramp into the pool.
And you can see her in there.
And she might go up and have some fun in the pool.
And then over here we have a red door. Our window's broken. We're gonna have to fix that this spring. And in here is their little duck pen. So that's where their automatic door is. And this is all battery powered. And it lets them out automatically at 7:05 every morning, right when it starts to get light out. And we can definitely share a link with this on Amazon where we got it from. And this is what we're going to clean today. Is we've got a mess here where they come in. And in here is their area. So we've kind of got it lined with hay. Helps keep them warm. They got a heat lamp because it is still kind of cool here at night. And that's their water bowl. It plugs in so that it doesn't freeze. Sorry, I'm jumping around so much. So their water bowl plugs in so it doesn't freeze. And then it's on top of like a grate so that any mess they make gets caught and it's easy to spray out instead of just leaving it a wet muddy duck poopy mess in here. So over there we've got their food bowl.
That's what we think.
So this is where they lay a lot of eggs, is kind of over in this area.
It's like
So
someplace like in here.
Back in there.
And also they lay a few by the water thing.
Yep.
And then they some like in some holes like there and stuff.
Yep. So this is their spot, and this is where we're gonna muck out and clean that up too, so they have a nicer spot to walk on before they go out for the day. And we can get out here.
You have to.
Okay, sorry, this door gets stuck sometimes. So, but this is the door in their little duck house, and then out here. Oops, let's turn the video the right way. We have their pool. See how icky they let it get, but I mean they're ducks. So this is their pool. That's their drain. And it kind of goes down into a pipe in a trench underneath here. And it does get a little bit muddy in here, but I mean they're ducks. They don't really care. The most important thing is that they've got themselves a pool. So got this set up to where we can just twist and pull and it drains. So while that is draining, I keep my mucking gloves out here because these get really, really gross, as you can imagine. So we're gonna get these on and gather my tools and get started. So while that is filling, you can see over here we have a heater. This is plugged in. This is to keep this from freezing, and it works really, really well down to about -10 or so. About there you start getting some icing on the sides and stuff, but this is just like a horse trough heater. Again, Tractor Supply, that's where we got most of the stuff for here, and you can now see the plug, how we have it figured out so you don't have to stick your hand through duck poop and mud and gross stuff to pull the plug and drain it out. You just grab the handle and pull. So this is a good solution in the wintertime and when it still freezes overnight. Once summer rolls around, we plan on putting in a pond, but again, we want to put the pond somewhere right in here, and it's covered in feet of snow still, so we'll do that later. And now we're just going to continue to muck out their duck house while this is filling up, because you need the hose to rinse and spray everything off. We usually just do an in-depth cleaning like this once a week when it is frozen solid in their duck house over the winter time, which happens for weeks on end, because it easily gets to negative 20 here frequently. When that happens, we just let their duck house stay frozen. We let their poop and everything freeze and just put a new clean layer of hay. And then when it thaws out like it is now, we go in there and we'll actually scoop out that layer and take it to our compost. And the other thing is that ducks poop a lot. That's the one thing I wish I knew before we got them. But, I mean, it's manageable. Just give them a decent amount of space. Make sure they've got covered space in the wintertime so you don't have any problems with them being outside, and they'll be happy and they'll be fine. So that's about it for this part of the cleaning of the duck house. When we go in there, the weather's improved enough to freshen up their water a couple times a week now. So, and as you've noticed, this is a lot of water, it's a lot of mud, and it's kind of a mess. So, suggestion, rubber duck, well, I call them duck gloves, but rubber gloves a couple sizes too big, because in the wintertime you're going to want to put winter gloves under here. I think these are a men's large. too big right now in the springtime, but they work really well with heavy waterproof gloves in them. And then you're going to want a pair of, if you live in cold climates like us, Arctic muck boots. Nothing else really does the job. And these can just be sprayed off outside before you go in. And they keep your feet warm and dry. So it's really all that matters. And then we hang up the hose always so that it doesn't freeze, because we probably will still get several more weeks of freezing overnight before we're finally out of the clear of that. Okay, now for the very unfun part of cleaning out the duck house. We got a pitchfork. We're just going to scrape this layer of duck poop and hay off the top, put it in our sled, and take it to our compost bin, and then put a fresh layer of hay in. Some spots we scooped all the way to dirt, and I have already cleaned this, so we'll just leave that alone. But we're still going to have to put down fresh straw, especially where it gets dirty and yucky. And then
All that white stuff is the fresh straw that we just put down.
yeah, this is the stuff you can buy from Tractor Supply, but we also have
This green stuff
some hay here.
that are...
So that's about it for our duck setup. In the evening, our son will come down here and he will just push the button on the automatic duck door and put them in their house. So he just comes in through the gate and walks behind them, and they usually know about 7:15 when it starts getting dark. We don't want raccoons or foxes or anything like that to get them. So he comes down, puts them in, pushes the button, and the door closes on its own. And then he'll usually bring 2 gallons of water with him in a pitcher and put it in that heated dog bowl in there so that they have water, fresh water all night, overnight. So that's about it for our duck setup. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching from way out here.